Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Revernos. In today's video, I will be showing you how you can use Swift and SwiftUI to programmatically change views in your iOS app. This is foundational to anyone that's interested in iOS app development, and I'll be showing you how you can do this in two ways. First, we'll use a button, just like this, to present the view modally. And then the second, we will use a navigation link and a navigation view so you can present a view that will automatically have a back button back to your first view so you can switch between views easier. Before we dive in, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Revernos. Now let's start. Alright, now when you create a project in Xcode, you'll see something like this. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and delete everything inside of this VStack. Remember, a VStack vertically stacks user interface elements on top of each other. And so we'll just go ahead and delete that because we're going to fill this in with our own content. We can leave that padding because it will be nice to have padding within our VStack. Alright, so once you have this will sort of be our blank slate we'll work out of. And the first thing we'll need is a variable to keep track of whether or not we want to change views. So we're going to add some white space and make sure you're outside of your body when you do this, but you're inside the content view struct or whatever view you actually want to add this button to switch views inside of. And we'll be using state, and this will be a private variable only accessible within this struct. And we'll just name it whatever you want to. I'll just call it go to next view because this will be used to decide if the user wants to go to the next view or not. And this will be true or false, so it will be a boolean. And we'll set it equal to false because we don't want to change this to true until the user does the action that we want. Alright, so now we're back inside of our VStack, and actually we can go ahead and delete this because we're not going to start straight with the VStack. We'll start with our navigation view. So just type navigation view and then make sure you have opening curly brackets. And then we can add our VStack inside of here. Make sure you properly capitalize everything. And we'll have some text. We'll just say welcome, but you can make that say whatever you like it to. And then we're actually going to create our button that will go to the next view. So I have a button. For the text, we'll say go to next view. And then after that, we'll have an open and closing curly bracket. And inside of these is when we'll decide what happens when this button is tapped. And we'll take this go to next view variable and set that equal to true, indicating that we do want to transition to our next view when we're done. And we can go ahead and do some formatting. We can give this button some padding. For background, we'll set the color dot blue. And then for foreground color, we'll set that to dot white. And so we'll have a blue background and a white foreground in our button. And we can also make this a rounded rectangle button. So we'll give it a corner radius. You can set that equal to 10. You can set this to any integer, and the higher the value, the more rounded the edges on your button will be. Now we have our button and our variable indicating if we should go to the second view, but now we actually need to decide when we're going to the second view. So we'll add, make sure you're outside of your VStack. We'll add a period and we'll say dot sheet is presented, and what we want to present depends on the value of this go to next view variable, so we'll pass that in. And then after that we can just go ahead and close that out, and we will have open and closing curly brackets, and we'll pass in our second view here. Now we haven't created our second view, so we can go ahead and do that now. So we'll just say struct second view, which will be a view. Then inside of it we'll have body, which conforms to some view. And then we can just say text, welcome to the second view. And then if we go ahead and run this, we'll run this on an iPhone 14. Build succeeded. That it says welcome, go to next view, and you can see our button has the white foreground and the blue background, and then when you tap it, it says welcome to the second view. So now we're about to do something very similar, but we'll use a navigation link so that there will be a back button so you can easily switch between your primary and secondary view. We can go back to our content view, and we're actually just going to delete everything within our navigation view. So we can go ahead and delete that. And now we're just going to use a navigation link to transition to our next view. So add a navigation link, and then for destination, we'll pass in our second view. Make sure you have parentheses after your second view, and then we don't need that. Then after our navigation link, we'll have a set of open and closing curly brackets and the text that we would like to have. So we'll say transition to second view, and then we'll add some padding after our navigation link. So then we can go ahead and run this again, and we'll look at this and see how this works in the simulator. Alright, you can see we have our button that says transition to second view, and then when you tap it, it says welcome to the second view, and we have this back button because we're using a navigation link which connects a parent view to a child view while also maintaining that back button that allows you to switch back to your parent view. If you have any types of videos you want to see about Python programming or about iOS app development using Swift and SwiftUI, go ahead and leave a comment letting us know what you would like to see, and I'll try to make a video and address your comment. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss an upload, and I will see you in the next video.